Welcome to the Ultimate Starpath Showdown. From Pixar Fest to Adventures in Neverland, I'll be sharing my personal opinion on where each of these Starpaths stand as we create my very first Starpath tier list. Throughout this video, I'll be judging Starpaths based on two key factors: their themes and their rewards. When discussing themes, we'll be taking things like time of year, new character releases, and overall theme cohesion into account. When discussing rewards, we'll focus on quality and utility. Please keep in mind the views reflected in this video are just my personal opinions. I don't really believe any of the Starpaths we've received were terrible. I simply like some more than others. You're more than welcome to agree or disagree with my positions. So as always, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, as I'd love to know where you think each of these Starpaths deserves to stand. Before we get started, I'd like to mention that I'm a small full-time content creator, so every like on this video can make a tremendous difference for me. Consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you would like to catch more of my content, you can find me live on Twitch Monday through Friday. Links to both my Twitch channel and Discord server can be found in the video description down below. And with that out of the way, let's get started. First up is the Pixar Fest Starpath. Released September 6th, 2022, Pixar Fest was the very first Starpath introduced to Disney Dreamlight Valley. Now, this early Starpath was a bit shorter than most, and for the completion of only 30 Starpath duties, players would receive 30 unique rewards. Unfortunately, 13 of these rewards were just simple motifs. On top of that, the rewards weren't necessarily designed to work together, as the theme of Pixar Fest covered a variety of Pixar films such as Cars, Coco, Toy Story, and more. Now, while I do find many of these rewards a bit underwhelming, Pixar Fest did come with one item that offered an incredible range of utility. Of course, I'm referring to the Adventure Is Out There balloon basket. With its above average height and wide spectrum of colors, it's performed well as a background item in countless Dreamsnaps and Valley builds. Unfortunately, the balloon basket alone isn't quite enough to put Pixar Fest on par with most other Starpaths. Overall, this early Starpath has a difficult time measuring up to what came after. But with that said, it does hold a special place in my heart, as it was the very first Starpath I participated in. With all of that in mind, I'll be placing Pixar Fest in C tier. Next up is the Villain Starpath. Released on October 19th, 2022, the Villain Starpath was the first holiday-inspired Starpath to arrive in Dreamlight Valley, drawing inspiration from the season of Halloween. The Villain Starpath offered 33 unique rewards, 16 of which were motifs, for the completion of 50 Starpath duties. Now, while I do find the high number of motifs a bit disappointing, I feel that the Starpath more than made up for this with its theme cohesion and reward utility. Unlike Pixar Fest, many of the decor rewards in the Villain Starpath came with their own unique animations and sound effects, making them some of my favorite decor rewards in all of Dreamlight Valley. With classics like the Magic Mirror, the Gothic Castle Window, the Floating Candles, and my personal favorite, the Well of Souls, I'm not ashamed to say this is one of my all-time favorite Starpath collections. Though decor was not the only thing this Starpath got right, as it also offered some amazing wardrobe options, like the malevolent fairy horns, the skeleton onesie, the plague mask, and the raven wings, which in my opinion still hold up as one of the best looking wing sets in the game. As if all this wasn't enough, the Villain Starpath also brought some great Halloween items, like the orange trick-or-treat bucket, the Mickey Mouse jack-o'-lantern, the web-snared tree, and the Halloween bench. Considering how well the rewards from this Starpath work together, and the amazing amount of utility they offer, I feel that the Villain Starpath deserves our first spot in S tier. Now let's move on to the Festive Starpath. Released on December 6th, 2022. The Festive Starpath drew inspiration from the season of Christmas, and was the very first Starpath to offer villager dream styles. In total, the Festive Starpath offered 36 unique rewards, 16 being motifs, for the completion of 50 Starpath duties. Once again here, the high number of motifs did not bother me much considering how cohesive the festive theme was. To this day, many of the game's best holiday options came from this Starpath. with classics like the Festive Wreath Post, the Grand Tree of Holiday Cheer, the Big Pile of Gifts, and Santa's Gift-Laden Sleigh. The interior design value of this Starpath was also quite high, and many of the items it offered are still popular for both indoor and outdoor holiday dream snaps. Overall, the Festive Starpath remains my absolute favorite winter season Starpath, as I've always been a huge fan of traditional Christmas decor, and I believe the developers did a great job with both the Festive Mickey dream style and the Festive Merlin dream style. For these reasons, I believe the Festive Starpath has earned itself our first A-tier ranking. Moving on, we have the Centennial Starpath. Released February 16, 2023, the Centennial Starpath aimed to celebrate Disney's 100th year in operation, offering players 36 unique rewards, 16 being motifs, in exchange for completing 50 Starpath duties. Unfortunately for Disney, this was one of the first Starpath lineups that I wasn't quite fond of. The only two rewards I still occasionally use would be the Vitascope and the 100th Anniversary Rug. Sadly, pretty much everything else from this Starpath sits in my inventory collecting dust. I'm just not big on the white, purple, and platinum color theme, as it leads to many of the rewards feeling a bit out of place in most of my builds and dream snaps. As for the Platinum Mickey and Platinum Minnie dream styles, they're sadly my least favorite options for both characters. All things considered, I did appreciate many of the rewards from this Starpath, I just didn't find them as exciting or as useful as rewards offered in other Starpaths. For these reasons, the Centennial Starpath receives our first D tier of the video. Fortunately, our next Starpath is destined to fare better, as it's the beloved Disney Parks Starpath. Released on April 5th, 2023, the Disney Parks Starpath offered the standard 36 rewards, 16 being motifs, in exchange for the completion of 50 Starpath duties. Personally, I was very impressed with this Starpath as it brought something new to the valley we had never seen before. 3 interactable theme park rides: the Flying Dumbo ride, the Mad Tea Party ride, and the iconic Pixar Pal-Around. What's more impressive is that to this day, the Pixar Pal-Around still seems to be the most commonly utilized theme park ride in Dreamlight Valley, with its staggering height, luminescent qualities, interactive animation, and iconic Mickey Mouse central display. It's not hard to see why this decor item has been a popular tool throughout both Dream Snaps and Valley builds. On top of that, the entire Starpath lineup was incredibly cohesive, as all of the rewards tied well into the park's theme, with the Starpath lineup giving players a variety of tools to not only create their own Valley theme parks, but also dress for the occasion alongside Goofy and Donald. Considering how well the rewards work together and how much utility they still have today, I feel the Disney Parks Starpath deserves a spot in A tier. Our next contender is the Wonder of Pixar Starpath. Released on June 7, 2023, the Wonder of Pixar offered players the standard 36 rewards, 16 being motifs, in exchange for the completion of 80 Starpath duties, making it the first Starpath to require more than the 50 standard duties. Now, I want to start by saying there were a few rewards from this Starpath that I really enjoyed. Out of all the Starpaths we've covered so far, the Fiery Raven is one of my favorite companion rewards, and 3 out of 4 of the hairstyles rewarded in this Starpath were fully animated, making them fun and unique options for avatar customization. Unfortunately, the rewards overall just weren't too exciting for me, especially on the heels of the impressive Disney Parks Starpath. As far as theme cohesion, the rewards were a bit all over the place, featuring items from Elementals, Finding Nemo, Turning Red, Inside Out, and more. So of course, the items weren't really designed to all work together. As for dream styles, the Wonder of Pixar only offered one for Buzz, and while I do love Buzz's stealthy ranger suit, it can be a bit hard to notice and appreciate considering he's one of the smallest villagers. Seeing as how this Starpath required 30 more duties than its predecessors, many of the rewards just weren't worth the increased effort, and for this reason, the Wonder of Pixar receives our second D rank. With that, it's time to move on to the Haunted Holiday Starpath. Released on September 13th, 2023, Haunted Holiday drew inspiration from the season of Halloween and Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, offering players 36 unique rewards, with only 13 being motifs, though the 80 duties had now become the new standard for Starpath completion. Much like the villain Starpath, Haunted Holiday carried some incredible animated decor such as the Frightful Fountain and the Haunted Pipe Organ. These two items do well to showcase what most of this Starpath was about, a great Halloween-inspired theme that found balance between Haunted Mansion rewards and Nightmare Before Christmas rewards. Though unfortunately, I did not find this Starpath to be as cohesive as the villain Starpath, as Haunted Holiday also included an interesting mix of pirate-themed rewards. Now don't get me wrong, I love the pirate rewards from Haunted Holiday, and I still use them quite frequently. They just felt a bit out of place in this particular lineup. Overall, I really enjoyed Haunted Holiday, but I didn't find it to be as strong as the previous year's villain Starpath. But it still offered some amazing rewards with great utility, even if the theme felt a bit cluttered. So we'll be putting Haunted Holiday in B tier. Next up, we have the Royal Winter Starpath. Inspired by the winter season, this Starpath released December 5th, 2023, and offered players 36 unique rewards, with only 13 being motifs. Overall, the theme of Royal Winter was very cohesive, with all of the decor and wardrobe options pairing nicely together. Now, while I do enjoy several of the decor rewards, I feel the real value from this Starpath came from the wardrobe options, dream styles, and companion. The Snowy Raccoon is one of my all-time favorite holiday companion skins, despite the fact that many players in my community call him terrifying, citing the deep black soulless eyes. Though for me, he's just the cutest. I love his little carrot nose and reef tail. I mean, how can you not love this little guy? I don't get it. Overall, I don't think Royal Winter was as good as the Festive Starpath, but I still feel that the rewards are unique enough to warrant a decent rank. So we'll be putting Royal Winter in B tier. Our next contender is the Lovely Monster Starpath. Releasing on February 28th, 2024, Lovely Monsters was the first and only Starpath to draw inspiration from Valentine's Day, though the timing for that was a little off considering Valentine's Day took place 2 weeks prior. Lovely Monsters offered players 34 unique rewards, and surprisingly, only 6 were motifs. Now I must admit, this Starpath had some really good decor items, such as the floating lanterns, the floral column arch, and the swan boat. Though as much as I love these items, I wasn't a big fan of the Monsters Inc. rewards. Both of the Monsters Inc. dream styles were a bit underwhelming, and sadly, I just find most of the Monsters Inc. rewards to be rather unattractive in terms of coloration and style. Had this Starpath focused entirely on Valentine's Day, I probably would have liked it a lot more than I did. With that in mind, I'll be placing Lovely Monsters in C tier. Moving on, we have our second Starpath, which drew inspiration from various Disney parks. Released on May 1st, 2024, A Day at Disney offered players 36 rewards, with only 7 being motifs. Unfortunately, this Starpath offered less rides than the original Disney Park Starpath, coming in with only 2 alien swirling saucers and magic carpets of Aladdin. Though the Starpath did make up for this by offering some fun and unique Disney Parks decor, like the ice cream stand, pretzel stand, and Toontown collection. A Day at Disney also offered 2 impressive dream styles for both Daisy and Minnie, and to this day, I still find myself using them both in Dreamsnaps. Overall, A Day at Disney was fairly rewarding in terms of both theme and utility, but in my opinion, it was not quite as good as the original Disney Park Starpath, and for that reason, I'll be putting A Day at Disney in B tier. Up next is Majesty and Magnolias. Released on June 26th, 2024, Majesty and Magnolias offered players 36 unique Mulan-inspired items, with only 3 being motifs. Now, I may be a bit biased as I am absolutely in love with Eastern aesthetics, but I really enjoyed how cohesive the theme in Majesty and Magnolias was. For the most part, the rewards in this Starpath worked incredibly well together, and that applies to both clothing and decor. Finally, getting some Hanfus in the game was a real blessing, and decorating my valley with stone lanterns and potted magnolias was a welcome treat. Unfortunately, the Starpath did fall short on a couple of things. First off, it drives me absolutely mad that we cannot rotate the kites, as it greatly limits their build utility. And as for my second complaint, well, I feel like the devs really dropped the ball on the Mulan dream style. I was really hoping for a warrior Mulan dream style, but the one that we got was hardly different from her default style at all. If anything, I think her default style actually looks a lot better. So as much as I would love to put this Starpath in S tier, I just can't overlook these issues, and for that reason, Majesty and Magnolias will fall into A tier. Now, Majesty and Magnolias was a tough act to follow, but boy did the devs deliver on our next Starpath. Dapper Delights. Released on August 21st, 2024, Dapper Delights offered players 36 rewards, with once again only 3 motifs. Similar to Majesty and Magnolias, the theme in Dapper Delights was very cohesive, delivering a beautiful Jazz Age experience. Not only did Dapper Delights reward players with one of the best looking gazebos we've ever seen, it also gave us what just might be the best animated item in the game. Of course, I'm referring to the Bayou Fireflies. These beautiful shimmering fireflies make constant appearances in both Dreamsnaps and Valley builds. My one and only complaint about them is that we can't place them over water, and I really wish we could. Though luckily for us, this Starpath did give us something great for our waterways with the orange water lily. I don't know about you, but I love how much utility this little item carries. I was even able to use it during the holiday season to create golden snowflakes off the shore in Dazzle Beach. As for the clothes and makeup in Dapper Delights, they were of exceptional quality as well, and often make appearances in fashion-themed Dreamsnap challenges. To this day, Dapper Delights still stands strong as one of my all-time favorite Starpaths, as the rewards it offered brought an incredible range of utility and quality. Because of this, Dapper Delights has earned itself a place in S tier. Next up is the Night Show Starpath. A Starpath that was met with a bit of controversy. Now, what made the release of this Starpath a bit controversial was its theme and release period. Released on October 9th, 2024, players were shocked to discover that the 2024 October Starpath would not be Halloween themed as seen in the previous 2 years. And when the players were made aware of this, it was met with skepticism and disappointment. At least it was, until players saw exactly what this Starpath had to offer. 30 rock show themed rewards, many with unique animations, and not a single motif. Now, not only was the overall theme in this Starpath very cohesive, but the utility of the items felt practically unmatched. Luminous dance floor tiles, pyrotechnic boxes, spirit water curtains, stage fireworks, luminous fencing, theater stage lights, and at the center of it all, an interactive rock show stage complete with all the band equipment you'd need for a proper performance. I'll admit, I too was skeptical of this Starpath when it was first announced, as I wasn't sure how a rock concert theme would translate in Disney Dreamlight Valley. But after getting my hands on the rewards, I was very impressed. The Night Show Starpath may not have offered up any new dream styles, but what it did offer was more interactive and animated items than any other Starpath, due to how well these rewards work together and just how much utility they offer. I feel that the Night Show Starpath deserves a spot in S tier. Of course, our next contender has some big shoes to fill, and overall I'd say it fared well. Here we have the Frost and Fairies Starpath. Released on December 4th, 2024, Frost and Fairies was our first ever extended Starpath. offering 45 rewards, with 6 being motifs, and 1 being our first Starpath premium house. Though with extra rewards came extra work, and players saw the amount of duties increase from 80 to 110. Overall, the Starpath rewards were cohesive, and they worked well together, though with that in mind, many of the rewards were heavily winter-inspired, which in a sense can limit utility. Not to mention, when it comes to winter-themed rewards, I've always been more in favor of traditional Christmas themes like the one we saw in the Festive holiday Starpath. So as much as I appreciate the cohesive theme and the higher number of rewards, I simply don't find myself using the rewards from this Starpath very often. On the bright side, the inclusion of a premium house skin was a welcome surprise, but the drawback for this house would be that it only really works in one biome, Frosted Heights. For all of these reasons, I've decided to put Frost and Fairies in B tier. Next up is the Oasis Retreat Starpath. Released on February 26, 2025. This Starpath offered 41 rewards, with 6 being motifs and once again, 1 being a premium house. Though similar to Frost and Fairies, players would need to complete 110 duties to unlock all this Starpath had to offer. Fortunately for the Oasis Retreat Starpath, many of the rewards offered better utility than those found in Frost and Fairies, and they worked well in a wide variety of biomes and environments. One of the most popular rewards from this Starpath would be the Garden Path Stones, as it provided players with a new method of building out pathways while keeping the area's natural feel intact. As far as the house style the Starpath offered, I must say I liked it a fair bit more than the one from Frost and Fairies, as it didn't feel limited in terms of placement and could blend into a wider variety of environments. Lastly, the Oasis Retreat Starpath came with 2 new villager dream styles, one for Jasmine and one for Aladdin, and I must say these were 2 very good looking dream styles, as they completely transformed the look and feel of these newly released characters. Overall, I was very pleased with the Oasis Retreat Starpath and commonly find myself using the rewards it offered, so for these reasons, we'll be placing the Oasis Retreat Starpath in A tier. Now for the Garden of Whimsy Starpath. Released April 23rd, 2025, this Starpath offered 45 rewards, and like our previous 2 Starpath, only 6 were motifs and 1 was a premium house. Of course, unlocking everything once again required the completion of 110 Starpath duties. Though unlike our previous 2 Starpaths, the Garden of Whimsy offered players a significant number of animated decor items, something that can be rather rare to see in Starpath lineups. Overall, the theme for this Starpath was strong and cohesive, with a heavy emphasis on floral and garden decor paired with inspiration from the recent release of Alice and the Cheshire Cat. Now, as much as I enjoyed the animated decor options from this Starpath, my favorite rewards would actually be these 2 simple, whimsical wheelbarrows, as their respective height and size made them perfect options for foreground elements in Dreamsnaps submissions. The Garden of Whimsy also came with 2 great dream styles for both Daisy and Minnie, as well as 2 variations of a unique lantern accessory. And I don't know about you, but I really like the purple and green variant. The last thing I want to touch on in regards to Garden of Whimsy would be its house style. And while the house is one of the smallest premium houses we've ever received, it is uniquely charming and can blend into a wide variety of biomes and environments. Considering the amazing utility of the items offered in this Starpath and the overall cohesion of the theme, I believe the Garden of Whimsy deserves a spot in S tier. With that, we've arrived at our final Starpath, Adventures in Neverland. Released June 18th, 2025, Adventures in Neverland was a fair bit shorter and smaller than our previous 3 seasons, offering the more standard 36 rewards in exchange for completing 80 duties. Adventures in Neverland was inspired by the release of Peter Pan, which of course meant the rewards drew inspiration from Neverland, bringing players a slew of new pirate and mermaid-themed rewards. As far as utility goes, I believe 2 rewards stand out above the others, and that would be the Coral Bubble Machine and the Brilliant Rainbow. The rainbow in particular has made an appearance in countless high-ranking Dreamsnaps, and I believe this won't be changing anytime soon. Something else I'm rather fond of seeing is new water decor, as Dreamlight Valley's water decor options have always been a bit limited to say the least. So these new coral decor options were a welcome addition to the game. On top of the new decor and wardrobe options, Adventures in Neverland also brought about 2 new dream styles, a pirate-themed Goofy dream style and a mermaid-themed Minnie dream style. Now I do like both of these styles, but out of the 2, I was definitely more excited for Pirate Goofy, as he pairs so well with Pirate Donald, and having the 2 of them gives players the ability to assemble their own small pirate crew for dream snaps or other photo ops. Overall, I enjoy the rewards from Adventures in Neverland, but I do feel that the overall utility from this Starpath wasn't quite as good as some others, and I feel Adventures in Neverland fits best in B tier. With that, our tier list is complete, and we've covered all 17 Starpaths. So what are your thoughts on this tier list? Do you agree with the way I've arranged these Starpaths? And if not, what would you have done differently? As always, I'd love to see your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. When it comes to tier lists, it is incredibly rare for everyone to just all agree, so I'm expecting to see a lot of diverse takes and opinions in the comments, but that's what makes videos like this so fun. They can prompt a lot of discussion. I'll be looking forward to hearing your perspective. If you found today's video helpful, informative, or simply entertaining, please do me a very big favor and press that like button. Also, consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. I put a ton of time, effort, and energy into this little project, so I sincerely hope you all enjoyed this video. If you'd like to catch more of my content, you can find me live on Twitch, Monday through Friday. Links to both my Twitch channel and Discord server can be found in the video description down below. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you enjoy the future Starpaths coming to Dreamlight Valley.